Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at an article from ABC News that was published on December 25th, written by Dr. J. Bahat and Dr. Shazia Ahmed. Okay, I might have butchered the last name of Bahat and Shazia's first name. I don't care. Let's look at the title here. Why you still need to wear a mask after getting COVID-19 vaccine. Getting the vaccine does not mean you can ignore precautions. Actually, no, it kind of does. See, this is what's funny. Used to be you get a vaccine, you're considered safe, you're at very low risk of getting the disease, you can go about your normal shit. Now, because they got to keep pushing the fear, they got to keep pushing the control, they got to keep pushing all that bullshit. Now, if you get the vaccine, you still got to wear a mask, you still got to do social distance, you still got to do all these things that we're telling you got to do. At that point, it's about control, not about the disease, not about the spread of the disease or anything like that. It's about control now. Let's get into the article here. But they have this here, and then it goes, no evidence of UK variant causes more severe. No evidence UK variant causes more severe illness or increased risk of death, CDC. So yeah, if it's the same bullshit, why do you have to worry? Let's get into the article though. As the promise of a COVID-19 vaccine is fulfilled amid the rollout of the Pfizer, BioNTech, and Moderna vaccines, the need to continue wearing masks, washing your hands, and maintaining social distancing remains mission critical to protecting lives. Really? Well, if you can no longer be a carrier if you're vaccinated, that's the theory. Because you've got your antibodies, you're going to kill it. Okay? Why do you have to do those things? You are no longer a risk. That's how it used to be until this virus that 99.9% of people, in the majority of age groups survive from. We have to do these things now for whatever twisted, retarded reason. Public health measures have been the main tools at preventing infection and transmission of the virus. And they haven't done shit, because you go and you look at every friggin' state that's locked their shit down. They are the ones that are worst off. With a rare exception of, a state that isn't locked down. But for the most part, the states where this is worst are the states where this is the worst, It's like California, Massachusetts. Massachusetts is like the third worst state in the friggin' nation right now. And they've locked their shit down tight. California, one of the worst. Locked their shit down tight. Those are the public health measures at work, people. Wearing a face mask can reduce an individual's risk of infection by 70%. Bullshit. What was it, the Netherlands where the hell was it? The study out of Europe where they looked at all these masks and they were basically like bullshit. And then they got backlash and they went and said, well, you should shut up and still wear your mask. Now they're coming up with these arbitrary numbers, okay? The CDC, from 2019, they have to go back to 2019 and ignore recent studies to push this shit of 70%. With emergency use authorization of the Pfizer/BioNTech and Moderna vaccines, there's an opportunity to further decrease the risk of illness due to COVID-19. However, vaccines may give people a false sense of security that masks are no longer needed. Unfortunately, that is not the case. Bullshit. If you are vaccinated from a disease, your risk of getting it is so minimally low, okay? Your risk of carrying it is so minimally low that you do not need to wear a goddamn mask. That was the standard before the coronavirus. But these sleazy motherfuckers seriously want to play a game. Because they think we're all fucking retarded. They all think we're fucking stupid. They all think we're gonna fucking just bend over to this shit and take it. Fuck them. Vaccination teaches the body how to successfully fight a virus without actually getting sick. No, you do get sick in most cases. That's what they call side effects with this vaccine. When you have the symptoms as side effects, you got sick from the goddamn vaccine. Duh. So you are getting sick, you freaking lying, sleazy shitbags. This is in contrast to public health measures, which rely on decreasing exposure to the virus. To effectively contain this pandemic, reducing exposure to the virus and supporting vaccination campaigns must continue. So basically, you're going to shut up, get your vaccine, wear your mask the rest of your fucking life, and you're going to like it. That's what they're trying to say these days now. Do you think they're going to stop us? You know, they're going to stop this mask shit ever if people keep complying with it? Hell no. Wake the fuck up, people. I'm probably preaching to the choir with, who's watching my videos in general. But those who aren't, wake up to this shit. Here are reasons why you need to continue wearing a mask and practice other recommended safety guidelines during and after vaccination. Vaccination does not provide instant immunity. Pfizer/BioNTech and Moderna vaccines require 2 doses administered weeks apart. Depending on the vaccine, it could take 4 to 6 weeks from initial dosing to achieve immunity and protection levels comparable to those in clinical trials. During this time, it is still possible to contract an infection and fall ill. What about after? You're talking about wearing these masks perpetually after. You ignore that fact. This does not even address what you're saying. Because after 4 to 6 weeks, you have the antibodies. And this isn't the idea of fighting it off. If you've already got the antibodies, okay, it's like it's basically the idea of you've been tainted. It'd be like putting garlic through your veins and going, okay, vamp, suck on me. It'd be the same. It's the same idea. I mean, I'm oversimplifying, but it's the same exact principle. So if you've already had that point where you've had the 4 to 6 weeks, masks should not be an issue. Vaccination trials do not track whether participants wore masks. While clinical trials have strict enrollment and monitoring criteria, it isn't clear whether those participating in the studies were provided guidance on mask usage. Given a lack of data, it's not clear whether vaccination efficacy had anything to do with vaccine trial participants adhering to public health safety measures like wearing masks. Holy fucking shit. This is seriously grasping at straws. These two fuckwits, these two supposed doctors who are looking for their fucking 5 seconds of fucking fame on this shit, trying to cash in, going, look at how good we are, look at us, pay attention to us, we want a Dr. Oz type show. Okay, I'm sure that's what the mentality, look at me, pay attention to me. They're like that dog. They're going, rub my belly, pay attention to me, look at how good I'm being. Pushing this shit. This is seriously grasping at fucking straws. You're either the vaccine fucking works or it doesn't. It's one or the other. You can't say, well, we don't know, because then you're basically saying that whether the vaccine works is up for debate. You're saying the effectiveness, okay, the verdict is out. That's what you're getting at here. You're not making your case. You're actually hurting one for getting the vaccine. The real world does not mimic a controlled clinical trial. Now, this is another one that they're grasping at straws at. That's complete bullshit, because these people go about living their fucking lives. They got in the clinical trial, they got shot up with the vaccine. They weren't sequestered off in their own little friggin' world or their own like a little special environment. No, they went back to their homes. They went back to their lives. But yet they don't want to talk about that. They want to make it sound like that the clinical trial is completely controlled. Factors such as how vaccines are stored, transported, and administered, and the medical health of an individual can determine real-world effectiveness of the vaccine. Clinical trials evaluated healthy individuals with stable pre-existing diseases. A mass vaccination campaign ensues, as mass vaccination campaigns ensue, operational logistics, along with an individual's unique medical condition, may affect the overall immunity levels. Yeah. So they want to play it like, well, you might not get it, it might not be as effective, and they're seriously desperate to force this idea of you need to wear masks. There's going to be a small percentage of people that might do that, but the majority that might have that issue, but a majority of people are going to have, how did they put it? Are going to have a strong overall, the majority of people overall are going to have a strong immunity levels, but they don't want this mentality, they want this mentality that they're pushing to be bought into. The herd immunity threshold for COVID-19 is unknown. See, they keep moving the goalpost. Okay, every other fucking disease known to man, all right, there is a certain point. It's pretty consistent across the board where you reach that point of immunity and you've pretty much made it so that the disease cannot really take hold. But see, COVID-19 is a special fucking case because, the CDC changed their friggin' guidelines on about herd immunity because of it. Now you've got them pushing this shit. They seriously, I think you are fucking stupid people. They want you to seriously sit there and buy into this bullshit. They want you to sit there, okay, and be good little boys and girls and wear your masks and ignore common sense and ignore everything that's been stated about diseases prior to this point for hundreds of fucking years. Seriously. The herd immunity is unknown. It's a standard for pretty much all fucking diseases that you reach a certain point and you reach your herd immunity. It's consistent for the most part. Herd immunity occurs when enough of the population is exposed to the virus, typically through vaccination. Wrong. That's a lie. That is complete bullshit. That is complete bullshit. It's not usually that, but because vaccines are a relatively modern invention. I mean, you did have Washington having, cowpox and used to immunize people against smallpox, like the colonial army. I mean, they also used the pustules of smallpox, but actual vaccinations became a bigger thing in the became more of a thing in the 19th into the 20th and so on. I mean, 20th century. Yes, they've been around for a while, but they're like a relatively modern invention in the grand scheme of things medically. How do you think people got herd immunity before that point? How do you think people survived, say Black Death, for example? Herd immunity. Eesh. And it limits the ability to spread the virus. Well, that's the whole point of herd immunity. The percentage of population requiring immunization to achieve herd immunity varies by disease. For example, the measles, 95% of the population needs to be vaccinated in order to limit spread. Bullshit. Because people who've been vaccinated still get fucking measles. Holy shit. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the herd immunity threshold for COVID-19 has not been established. And in all honesty, almost all diseases, it's not 95% with measles. It's less than that. Because measles, you also tend to need to have a compromised immune system or be down with something else that's weakened your immune system or have a comorbidity that weakens your immune system, something like that. It's not like you just get fucking measles, like the drop of a hat type thing. The duration of vaccine immunity is unknown. So yeah, because, it could last you a year, it could last you 2 years, we don't know. You need to wear a mask the whole fucking time. The Food and Drug Administration requires a median 2 months of safety and efficacy data following completion of the vaccination regime for emergency use authorization. The length of vaccine coverage is not yet to be determined and will be monitored as vaccination campaigns are rolled out. The good news is that our immune system's memory cells, which identified infections and mounts an immune response, persisted beyond 6 months in certain patients affected with COVID-19. See, they want you to get the shot. They don't know how long it's going to last you. Okay, you're going to have to always wear your mask and keep getting the shots and everything else. This is a never-ending vicious circle. This is a fucking joke at this point. And they just expect you to shut up and be good little fucking drones and go get your shots and wear your masks and social distance and don't hug grandma and don't do this and stay locked up in your homes. Okay, but go spend your money at Walmart and go spend your money on Amazon, and watch little, small businesses shut down and your main street business, Main Street where they are just become a vacant fucking ghost town. They really don't give a shit because you got to be good little fucking, drones and do what you're told. This is such fucking bullshit. It is unclear whether vaccines prevent transmission of COVID-19. Excuse me, it is a general rule that if you get vaccinated for something, you've now made yourself someone who can't be a carrier. Let's just ignore. Everything gets ignored with this particular fucking disease. They make new rules. They change existing ones. They make up bullshit like this. When the very idea of how a vaccine works is contradicted by their bullshit. They're telling you to get a fucking vaccine, but on the same time, they're telling you, well, the vaccine probably won't do shit. So why should I get the fucking vaccine? If you're going to tell me I always have to wear a mask, if you're going to fucking tell me that I got to be locked down in my home, that I can't have a fucking life, that I can't live like a normal human being, okay, but I need to get the fucking shot, and I got to do all those other things that make it so I can't live like a normal fucking human being, what the fuck is the point? What the fuck is the point of getting the vaccine if that's the fucking case? Seriously. What the fuck is the point? I mean, this is such ridiculous shit. But anyway, in their clinical trials, Pfizer, BioNTech, and Moderna did not track the cases of asymptomatic infections with COVID-19. This means the ability of the vaccine to decrease transmission was never evaluated. Future studies will need to evaluate whether vaccination decreases viral transmission before we can reevaluate the role of public health measures. So yeah, basically they want you to fucking sit there and do what you're told and shut up, and they're going to sit there and they're going to hold you fucking hostage, and they're going to wait until everyone gets really pissed, and then they're going to go, oh, we did our research, it's done, and guess what? You need to continue that shit because you could still be asymptomatic even though, you've been vaccinated and your body's designed specifically now to kill the fucking virus. I mean, this is ridiculous. Your body, if you have the antibodies, that means the second your body's exposed to the virus, okay, your body already knows how to deal with it. Your body will then go and attack it, which means if your body attacks it and kills it, you can't be asymptomatic. It's common friggin' sense. But they expect you to be fucking stupid. They expect you to forget high school fucking biology class or junior high biology class even. This is ridiculous shit. Future studies will need to evaluate whether vaccination decreases viral transmission before we can reevaluate. I mean, that's the whole point of what they're saying there is we're going to hold this up and we're going to hold you hostage and we're going to take our sweet time on doing these tests. And when you finally freak out, like lose your shit on us, we're just going to come out and say, yep, it does. You can be asymptomatic even though your body kills the virus when it comes in contact with it. Fucking retarded shit. As this pandemic rages on globally with over 1.5 million dead out of 1.5 million, out of what, 9 billion people? But with over 1.5 million dead out of 9 billion, according to the World Health Organization data, a lot of which were a lot of people that had comorbidities that killed them, got ruled COVID. You got people that flew over like their handlebars in Florida on their motorcycle and were listed as COVID. You got the guy in Michigan who blew the back of his head off with a fucking shotgun, okay, who was on life support. He went into the hospital. There's no way he's going to fucking survive. He catches COVID, on the respirator and everything working, beating his heart and breathing for him and shit like that. He catches it. He dies from his fucking injuries and they go, oh, COVID. And there's all these cases like that around the country and around the world. But you see, they don't want us to have the honest numbers because a COVID death benefits their narrative. Okay, in the U.S., a COVID death means they may get more money for it, from the government. But anyway, so according to the World Health Organization data, the scientific community has realized its own impressive milestone. In 10 months, vaccines were created, tested, and developed with enviable efficacy rates of over 94% and no serious adverse events. Yes, and you know who was behind the fucking shit getting done? It was fucking Trump, you sleazy motherfuckers. Give credit where credit is due, you cocksucking bitches. You try to make it sound like, well, they did it. It was Trump who made that fucking possible. He was the one who got on their asses and made sure they got it done. You sleazy pieces of shit. Give him some credit for that. Much of that success relies on continued cooperation. No, much of that success was due to fucking Trump. It is imperative that every eligible individual gets vaccinated. Yes, because everyone needs to get vaccinated. Everyone needs to take an experimental vaccine. that they're not sure is actually going to stop you from being asymptomatic, that they're not sure is actually going to keep you protected from it, that they're not sure is going to do a goddamn thing in the long run. So that's why you need to keep wearing your mask, you need to keep social distancing, you need to keep doing all these things. They're saying this here. They're literally telling you one thing and then they're telling you another, that everyone needs to get vaccinated, when they're basically saying you need to do all these things because we don't think the vaccine's going to actually protect you. Make up your fucking minds. I mean, this is like schizo fucking shit going on here in this article. Seriously, this is like some seriously schizo shit. Vaccination significantly decreases the risk of getting sick, but it does not signal the end of a public health measure. As we further understand this virus and the vaccine's efficacy, we must continue to follow public health measures aimed at decreasing exposure to coronavirus, such as wearing a mask, washing hands, and social distancing. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is some seriously ridiculous shit. You all need to take the vaccine. Just ignore the fact we don't think it might work. You're going to have to wear your mask because we don't think it'll work. But you're going to need to get the vaccine to protect yourself and everyone. Make up your goddamn fucking minds, you sleazy motherfuckers. Yeah, this is definitely a foul-mouthed news video if you haven't figured it out at this point. Oh, these motherfuckers. I mean, they expect you to be some, like, low IQ, completely retarded motherfuckers. Well, that was my New England, fucking Boston shit coming out there. You know, the fucking Boston accent from New England here. Because New Hampshire, you know, it's like New Hampshire kind of inherited the Boston accent. And Maine, you can't get that from here. Okay, but yeah. We have that don't say shit. Like when I get pissed or whatever. If I get full blown like ape shit, I sound like I'm from fucking Boston. I'm like wicked pisser. No, but seriously though, I mean, this is some fucked up shit. What they're doing here. Wake up, people. Get a clue when they're contradicting themselves in an article like this. You have to realize what they're pushing is bullshit. What they're feeding you is bullshit. Anyway, I've covered this well enough. I'm leaving things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video, when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.